Hi, welcome to Ragsdale Creek Workshop. My name's Anthony and glad to have y'all here today. Today's video is going to be a threading tool grind fixture. I chipped my last high-speed steel tool back several months ago. I've got some carbide insert tools, but sometimes I like to use high-speed steel because they on certain steels they just give you a better thread, and it's took me longer to figure out the setup, and finally dug out an old vise I bought from Harbor Freight and used it. Didn't know how it was going to work, but it worked out pretty good. It done a real good job on as far as setup, but it just took me a long time to get it set up and turned and configured the way I wanted to. I tried to do it without having to take my vise off my mill, but never could get it to do right. So I found that little vise, remembered I had it, and went and got it. It's what I done. And after that, it didn't take me but an hour or so to get it set up and get started on it. So that being said, if y'all like this video, subscribe, and if you like the content of my channel, click the little bell and get your notifications every time I put up a new video. I've not put up too many this summer because it's just been too hot in Alabama here, and it's hot and humid today. It's cooled off this evening though. We had a little shower, a little I guess a cold front or whatever come through about an hour ago, and it cooled it off from about 94 down to about 88, and it feels cooler than that, but that's just because it was so hot and humid. It ain't humid right now. It's just 88 degrees, and it feels like 88. That 94 was feeling like about 101, I think, heat index was. So with that being said, and feeling good in the shop, let's get started with this video. And y'all come back to see me now, you hear? And God bless. Okay, we got it off of the mill, and let me get it on focus here. So this is what it looks like. You can see how thick it is on that end, how thin it is on that end. Okay, I had that thing sitting in there, tilted back this way 6 degrees, and on a 60-degree angle this way here. This is 60 degrees off of 90 here. And what we're gonna do on this back side, we're gonna drill 3 holes and tap them, and to put 2 dowel pins in there for a guide, because this is too thin right here to get bolts in it. I may have enough room. It's according to where it turns out to locate in this slot here. So we may have enough room to, yeah, I believe we will have, to put the dowel pins here and here. So we'll just come across here and put a dowel pin here, and then 2 bolts here. And I think we'll leave that bolt out there. Just 2 bolts and 2 dowel pins. And the way this fixture is going to work, this is my last tool I had from work, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's got a chip on the end of it here. And the way this thing will work, it'll slide back and forth in that slot, and it'll grind this too as I slide it back and forth. I've got to keep this away from it about, I don't know, I think I'll go with about 30 thousandths, because that wheel wear down, that'll give me a pretty good bit of room for wheel wear. And I've got a new tool here, and I'm gonna grind too. I'll rough grind these before I grind them, and I'll put it against this back side when I'm grinding it, and put it up here, and then I'll get out here and scoot it and grind it as I come across. But right now we got to take it back. That setup, I didn't know if it was going to work on that old cheap vise, but it worked out pretty good. You can see right here I've got about 1,000th step right there, and if I'd come at that a little bit better, eased into it 1,000 at a time, I believe I could have got that where it wasn't no step. But that'll be all right. It won't hurt nothing, because the tools are long enough. They'll locate on this side and that side when I'm grinding them. And so we're gonna get over here now and drill this back side here, put 2 dowel holes in it, and 2 I don't know what. I believe I'll put 5mm cap screws in the back of it. So with that being said, we'll call y'all back in a minute. Okay, we're starting to drill the holes. I've already drilled one, and I've counter drilled all of them, or center drilled all of them. I almost forgot to turn on the camera again. It don't turn on itself. I don't know. Bozo's working on me today. Okay, we're going to drill the holes for the dowels. Now, we drilled that other one. It was, I just went ahead and drilled all 4 of them for the tap drill. We're putting 5mm screws in here. This is the dowel hole here. These 2 holes out here on the end are going to be tapped. Okay, we're fixing to ream the 2 dowel holes. I had to reset the block up. My tap guide wouldn't go in. So we're gonna tap these holes. Okay, that one's all the way through. I go all the way down to the other end now. And I'm gonna do this little bar. I'm gonna put the screw holes and countersink one side of this and put the 2 dowel holes in it, but I'm gonna do it off camera because it's just the same way as these here, except it don't get tapped holes. It'll get a through hole and countersunk on one side for the flathead cap screw I'm gonna use. Boy, it's hot again today in Alabama. Have it done. Now all I got to do is put the little guide bar in there and do the holes in it, and we'll be back and when I put it together, and we'll grind some tools. Okay, we're back over here at the bench, and here's the 2 dowel holes, here and here. Got a screw hole on each end. Holding this bar on. This bar is a a 1/2 inch by 3/16. And we got flathead cap screws here. They're 5mm threads on each end, and then in the middle of the dowels is holding it on. And that is set parallel with the block, and it is at a 60 degree angle to these slots. And it'll put a 30 degree on my tool. And gonna grind this. I've already roughed this tool out right here. I just rough ground it over there, and it's pretty rough. This is the one I was showing y'all the other day when we was doing. Let me see. And see, it's got a this chip right there on the end. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it's chipped there on the end. And we're gonna grind these. I don't know how noisy this is gonna be on the mic, so I'm just gonna. If it's too noisy, you can't tell what I'm saying. I'm just sorry. The pedestal grinder is gonna be noisy, but this is the way it's gonna fit on there. This little bar here gonna fit in that slot. This bar here in that slot, and we're just gonna slide it back and forth here. I think we'll regrind this little tool first. Okay, that looks pretty good. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Let's see if I can get it in focus here. see right now, it might have to have something to hold against that tool, keep it from pushing out. I may just have to grind it on the, I just grinded it on the wrong side. If I grind it on that side there, it's the wheels pushing it back into that, into the fixture, so that'll be all right. Got a little bit of fuzz on it, but that's just grinding grit. There it is with the thread gauge. I think y'all can see that. It's right on the money. This is a brand new tool. I just rough ground it in. And we'll try grinding it now here. Let me make sure that camera's still focused on there. Yeah, it's still on there. Don't take it long to get hot. I'm gonna put this point over to the boy, it burnt. Over to the left-hand side a little bit. That way you don't have to put too much of a relief on your part. Makes a lot of racket. This thing vibrates a lot. But you hold it down tight, it don't vibrate too much. I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty good little fixture. I've got a little diamond flat bar here. I'm just cleaning up the end of it. It puts a little bit of a radius on your relief angle, on your relief I mean, But I don't think that'll hurt it at all because you're cutting off of the point anyway. So here's what I got now. And well, let me get that in there. See if I can get it focused. Can't hold it flat. It looks like it's a gap there on the camera, but it's not. It's right in there. Only thing, I can't hold it steady. See, there it is now. See what we got here. That looks about it. I should like about 4 or 5 thousandths, I don't know. Let me try. Okay. Back to 0. Whoops, wrong way. Back to 0. I might have left that shaft a little bit too large. Shows if you get the diameter right, the threads will come out right. No wiggle. No wiggle at all. And you get the diameter right.
I just must have misread my mics. That tool's gonna do a good job, Bo. Still sharp as a razor. There it is. Pretty good. Well, I'm satisfied with it. It's easier to grind a little bit easier to grind a tool now. Well, everything turned out pretty good. Like I said, this is just a 1/2 inch by 3/16 piece. And the guides I got on my pedestal grinder, I made them. You just have to make this to fit yours if you've got a slot on yours. And this piece here is 5 1/2 by 3. And I just put a 60-degree cutout in them, in which that gives you a 30 on your tool. And it turned out pretty good. It worked pretty good. As you can see, I got the relief in it too. This side here, see, get it focused in. It's pretty thin, and then you turn around over here. These two over here is pretty thick. The tool's leaning back 6 degrees, and it's on a 60, which gives you a 30 on your tool, and you got 6-degree relief rake, or whatever you want to call it. I'm so tired and hot right now, I don't know which end's up, but I appreciate y'all stopping by and viewing the video. It turned out pretty good, except I just got too tired on this last part and made a boo-boo on the diameter there. Up here at the front of the lathe, it was supposed to have been about 493, and it actually is 25 thousandths over, so I missed it by 25 thousandths. I was just in too big a hurry, but we got her done anyway, and I know it's going to work now, and I know the tool's good. So the fixture is, it works, and it makes it a lot easier, especially grinding a new tool. It'll make it a lot easier to do that, and even touch up. I guess the touch up will take a lot less time too, because you don't really have to be that careful. You just put it in there and go. So if y'all would subscribe, it don't cost you nothing, and if you want to get notified every time I put up a video, click the little bell. And I appreciate y'all coming by, and I appreciate y'all viewing my videos and your comments. And I read all the comments, and I usually answer them. So if you got a question or whatever, just let me know. And don't try none of this stuff that I do. I was in this trade for 30 or 40 years, and I probably forgot over half of it, because I've had so many surgeries since I had my car wreck and broke my back, and it's just works on your memory sometimes. So don't try none of this stuff that I do. I make a lot of mistakes along the way sometimes, and if you're not real familiar with this stuff, it'll bite you in a heartbeat. So y'all come back to see me now, and God bless.